for you these last, month or so?
Most importantly, just being healthy, going out with a mindset of just dominating. Started off slow, take a couple games to get, in-game shape, in-game rhythm, and just been feeling really good, confident in all my shots, playing with a great pace. Guys are doing a great job of finding me. It's a team effort. These guys are setting me up. Brian Russ, Dennis, Pat, AR, all these guys are putting me in positions to be successful. So, they're helping out with that as well. But I think our entire team mindset is just coming out, with an effort on both ends of the floor. Obviously fourth quarter to start the fourth, we took our foot off the pedal a little bit, but we were able to get it back and secure a win. We're just coming out, very focused, staying locked in, and trying to make up ground.
AD, big game here, man. Great game. You've always talked about how your versatility and how you're playing in the paint is dominant. Talk about how, since you've been playing in the paint and dominated, how that's benefited the rest of the team, cutting, passing, getting uncontested shots, and how that's benefited the entire team.
Well, it opens up the outside shooting. When I'm in the paint, obviously guys got to collapse 2, 3, 4 guys, and it's opening up our guys for shots. And we just got to make them. And we shoot the ball very well right now. So I'm just trying to do my part. Do my part to help this team be successful. And the rest of the guys are doing theirs as well. So all of our guys is attacking the basket. We getting out in transition, we getting stops, and we playing fast, playing free, playing Laker basketball. And we continue to do this. We will be hard this year.
AD and Steve Fish, man, congrats again on a great game and another good road win. Want to ask you, a lot of times the game, when things aren't working out, the game feels like it's sped up and it's disjointed and things are a little broken. Tell the fans, is the game going in slow motion for you right now? How are you seeing the frames, the defense, reading situations? It just really seems like you see it before it's about to happen, and it's just great to watch on a nightly basis.
Yeah, thank you. It just comes within, experience in the league. My 11th year, things just starting to slow down for me, reading defenses, communicating on the floor with our other guys who handle the ball. Just for example, like the last couple plays, we knew Taj Gibson likes to blitz. Some guys call it hedging and get out and try to put pressure and 2 on the ball. So, I wasn't trying to set the screen, and then Pat to come and set a back screen. Now I'm free, with a small under the rim. Just making reads, and we're just talking about it. There's a lot of experience on the court, a lot of high basketball IQ. So for me, like I said, it's just a rhythm thing. Been in a rhythm, not rushing, playing with a lot of pace, and just trying to make the right reads, whether it's a shot or a pass.
AD playing like an MVP. The team is 8-2 in your last 10. Go enjoy the Laker and Packer win, my friend, and thank you for spending time with us.
Thank you.
Dennis Schroeder missed Friday's game due to personal reasons. That reason being that him and his wife were welcoming a baby boy into the world. Schroeder posting, "We are 5 in total now." A short time ago, Mike Trudell spoke to the proud parent.
First, Dennis, just want to say congratulations. I saw on Instagram that you had another son. Is that 3 sons now?
No, 2 sons, 1 daughter. Yeah.
Oh, 2 sons, 1 daughter. So which are which? What's the ages?
One is my son, Junior. Then I got my baby girl, and now a son again. So 3.
So what was it like? Take us through the motions of all that. And it's the 3rd time, but it had to be kind of on cloud 9 there.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a blessing. Of course, the best thing what happened in my life 3 times now. So my wife did an amazing job, getting it at UCLA Hospital. So yeah, I'm finally back. The Lakers, my teammates, I got a good win in Milwaukee, but we still want to keep it rolling.
For sure. How's Mom feeling?
She's all good. She's all good.
All right, good. So I'm sure you watched the film. And what's that like? Where, of course, you're there for the top priority in your life, but then you got to get back to work. You take the flight across country and got to focus on the Wizards. Dennis, how do you do that as a professional?
I mean, that comes with it, So my wife is always supportive. I supported her, while getting the baby. And, she did an amazing job. We got nannies there who can take care of the other 2 kids. So flying here, it's a business trip. We want to get as many wins as possible and then get back home.
All right, so Darvin told us that you're going to be starting in this one, and just wonder what you think of that role and coming in to see with how LeBron and AD are playing in that starting lineup. What do you think the key is for you?
I mean, I said AD is playing high-level basketball. Bron is Bron. We just got to keep building. I think me defensively with Pat Bev, try to pick up full court, try to set that tone on the defensive end. I think it's really important. But then even on the offensive end, playing with pace, sharing the ball, me being aggressive, but of course knowing that we got AD and Bron.
And then last one for you. Germany, of course, loses. I'm sure you're upset about that, but you have the joy.
I knew you were going to bring it up.
Well, look, USA lost to, and you have the joy of your baby boy to make up for it.
Yeah, that's a sad one for Germany. I think that's the first time in history they didn't make it to the KO round. So, but I got my son, so I think about that, not the national team.
Appreciate it, Dennis.
All right, thank you.
All right, so guys, congratulations to Dennis. Has a starting five now. He's back. Pat Bev is back. And Fish, I'm going to start with you. We saw Dennis starting, his role beginning to evolve, and Darvin says he's back in the starting lineup.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you should lose your starting spot.
Yep.
when you have a baby, and of course his family, and his wife. But yeah, I think Darvin's intent has always been to establish this group as an elite defensive team. I think he really felt like with Anthony Davis's talent, LeBron's talent, offense at some point wouldn't necessarily be their struggle. But they have to get back to being elite at the defensive end in order to have a chance to be one of the best teams in the league. I think Dennis helps establish that right from the start, in addition to Pat Bev's mindset, and those are keys to getting off to good starts in games.
And it's nice to see players in the modern day game that still think like that. They still think their role has to be on the defensive end in an era where the three is big and the game is fast up and down the court. There's an old school mentality. Pick up full court, understanding what that means. Putting pressure on the other point guard, not letting them relax, and also offensively. He's very sneaky. He's very subtle, and then all of a sudden he's laying the ball up. And so, yeah, I'm glad he's back because I think he's going to add a lot to the defensive concept with all these elite guards that are in the NBA right now.
Yeah, AD and LeBron really been carrying the team offensively the last couple weeks, but there will be a time where one or both of them might not be so hot or even in the lineup. That's when Schroeder is going to have to show us exactly what he showed everyone during the summer. He was great overseas in the Eurobasket tournament. He's been a little slow to get back into the NBA run of things, but remember, he missed some time because of some injuries. Now let's see what he can do. Different look than Pat Bev. Obviously, Pat Bev, much more of a defensive presence, although Pat Bev did have more shots than anyone in the first quarter for the Lakers other than AD. So Pat Bev looking for a shot a little bit more lately. Schroeder definitely the better offensive weapon of those two, though.
So they've definitely improved in this area. I mean, when you talk about a weakness a year ago guarding that perimeter, now you have a guy like Pat Bev, a guy like Dennis that can show you different looks, Lonnie emerging, guys like that, the way Austin Reeves has improved. Is this becoming a defensive team that you can rely on, Fish?
I mean, hopefully so. I think, over the last few years, in particular, championship year in 2020, we all became accustomed to Alex Caruso's consistency on the defensive end, good decision-making, good passing in transition. KCP, who was maligned early in his Lakers tenure, became a guy that could be dependable as a three-point shooter, dependable as a good defender, comfortable and accepting of his role next to superstar guys. That was missing.